So I want to show you guys something interesting because I just received 2 new decks in the mail. This first edition Aquarian, which I already have one, but there's some interesting things about it that I want to show you. And then also this first edition Albano Waite deck, which is majors only, which I thought might be the case, but I wasn't entirely sure. But it is a first edition from 1968. It's hard to see there. And it's interesting because it was published Tarot Productions Inc., Melrose Avenue, Los Angeles, California, 90046. That is so close to me. And it's funny that these traveled so far to wherever I got them from to be here with me now. There's just some really interesting things about this. So first of all, I'll show you this Albano Waite. It's not, I don't have like super deep thoughts about it, but I just want to show you because especially if you're already familiar with the Rider-Waite and different variations of it, it's interesting. For one, this is how you can tell it's a first edition because it has like this kind of lettering on the side. That's kind of how I noticed it because they didn't have the back on there, which is what has the publication date. And it said beginner's course, and I couldn't find on Google like any other decks that said that. It usually says like with instructions, and I think maybe that's the full deck, but I need to learn more history about it. Comes with this little booklet. But the deal with these cards is basically that there's like just some really interesting recoloring that that was done, and I think it's really interesting as an artist, as somebody who, you know, studies like color and esotericism. Some of them look really similar to what we're used to seeing, but like the pink heart here, which is cool. And what I love is actually just on first glance this death card, because if you're familiar with the BOTA deck, which you paint yourself, the background of the death card on here is like this red, hot red color, which to me, when I'm looking at the BOTA deck, is one of the things that stands out the most, like the coloring of the BOTA deck. So I know that like when you get the full deck of the Albano Waite, the suits of the cards, right? So the Pentacles, Wands, Swords, and Cups have all of their backgrounds are colored to match their suit. So I would like to get a full deck at some point to like show that, but you can start seeing it in the majors as well. You can see it in the Emperor with, instead of like a red outfit, he has the red background. I think that's also true in the BOTA. I would have to double check, but like there's a lot of like BOTA color correspondence crossovers. Are there 2 Empresses in this deck? Wait, hold on a minute. There's 2 Empresses. Wait a minute. You guys, you're figuring this out with me. We're figuring this out in real time. Okay, I'm gonna have to see if something's missing or if there's just 2 Empresses. Okay, that's funny. Hanged Man, Wheel of Fortune. This too, the brown cherubic beasts, similar to BOTA. The Blue Hermit, the Devil, the brown devil with the purple wings, the black background, the little rainbow and Temperance. Whoop! Okay, that can just drop. And then, yeah, I mean, I would love to do actually a breakdown of like, when I get more in depth with why the colors are the way they are with this deck, sit also with the BOTA deck, and kind of go through and do a side-by-side, because I think there's a lot of crossover and I wonder if the reasoning is the same. Okay, I just want to do a quick count because I'm wondering if there's one missing with the Empress, but okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So there's just a random extra Empress card in this deck. I accept. As a Taurus, I accept. So that's fun and cool. I'm excited to have that and like learn more about it. Oh, here's the back as well. And then I want to talk about, this is kind of fun. I mean, a first edition Aquarian deck isn't like incredibly hard to find, I find. I got this deck from the Magpie collection in Tucson, which I still have to make many videos about, the secondhand tarot journey I went on in Tucson. But yeah, so I just want to show you guys something interesting, because these are both, you can see, these are both first edition Rider-Waite Smith 1970 Morgan Press, illustrated by David Palladini. So they're both, like, they have the same publication information. And yet, sorry, I put these in upside down. So this one doesn't have a book, and you can see the back of the cards here. This one has the instruction booklet, which is cute. It also has a cheeky little note, and this is my favorite thing about secondhand tarot decks. You often find notes from the practitioner, from the owner, sometimes from even the creator of the deck. Some of them knew each other. It's always interesting to see what is in here. So I'll show you that in a second, but look at the back. So it has all the same publication information, but the backs are different. And I've never seen this back, because this, right, so this is the Magpie one, and this is my new version. So I got this last year just at the school. So this is like the newest version you can get. I don't know if US Games puts it out now. I would imagine so. They put out most of the decks. I would have to double check. But like, you can see this has the same back, right? So I've never seen this back, and I don't know what the deal is. I'm gonna have to do some research. The Ouroboros snake in the hot red. Also, the printing is like slightly different. I mean, you could consider like kind of the wear and tear, I guess, of the decks in terms of coloration. These look pretty similar, but you can see like the color of the pentacles. This deck is a little more like saturated. Even, let's find like a more purple. I don't want to mix these up. A more purple deck, or a more purple moment. I mean, even here you can see the difference. It's a little hard to see on camera, but this one is like a little more purple, a little more red, a little more saturated, even in their skin tone. Let's see if I can find, oh wait, here we go. Even in their skin tone, like ever so slightly more red. That could be a wear and tear thing. I don't know. Like, these have been alive for many decades, but I thought that was particularly interesting about the back. Now, I want to show you, I'm telling you, these are so funny. So this is the note inside of the new deck that I just got that came with the Albano Waite. And this is what I love, because like, these are notes from the practitioner, right? Tarots, immediate predecessors of our own playing cards. Hieroglyphics, based upon an alphabet in which gods, the letters, ideas, the ideas, numbers, the numbers, perfect signs. The alphabet is called the Ancient Book of Thoth, same as full deck of tarot cards. And then there's some other stuff in here, but what I thought was interesting is there is this name that I need to Google. I haven't yet, called Zolar. And I was like, wait, why does that sound familiar? This is Zolar, The History of Astrology. This is a book that I just got from another estate, from the estate sale that I went to 2 or 3 weeks ago, that I got all of the antique books from. So it's one of the wild card books that I grabbed, actually, because I was grabbing mostly authors that I knew, and this one just kind of looked interesting to me, so I grabbed it. It's called The History of Astrology. I haven't like super gotten into it yet, but what's interesting, look at this. All letters and communications to Zolar, addressed to Zolar, West 52nd Street. So it's a different address, but it must have been a bookshop or publishing house in New York. What year is this from? 1972, so in the 70s. So I'm gonna look that up. But isn't that wild? I've never heard of this place or operation before I got this book. So anyway, just wanted to show you what I got, because I've been acquiring a lot of books and cards, esoterica, and I really haven't, like, I'm still processing it. It takes a long time to process, but I want to just be like sharing as I get it, because even, you know, though I might not know everything about everything just yet, even this part is like so interesting and I want to share it. And yeah, I'm excited to learn more.